Well, we're very hopeful that it will improve access worldwide. In the United States, I think most people have access to the biologic therapies. Now that's changing as there become very expensive immunotherapies the patients stay on, but the immunotherapies are so new, biosimilars are a long way away. I think where biosimilars play the biggest role in terms of access is actually internationally, where people pay out of pocket for these agents, and so many people are not able to afford the use of trastuzumab when they have curable HER2-positive breast cancer. So I see this making a huge impact, and because there are a number of, for example, trastuzumab biosimilars out there, that even helps the competition between the biosimilar companies. So it's going to really make people want to make these contracts and drive down the price. And so then hopefully it will mean that people who previously couldn't get any HER2-targeted therapy will now have access. The competition, we don't really know a lot about it yet. I think that the companies that are making these biologic agents, the reference products, are trying new delivery methods and new combinations to try and get around the biosimilar market. So I don't know, exactly how that competition is going to play out over time. I have seen that the reference biologic companies are going to the regulatory agencies to say, hey, we should be able to extend our patent because we got approval in this setting or with that combination. They first really started working on trying to extend their patent, and now are much more looking at trying to have novel delivery mechanisms or some new combination that will make them competitive. So for example, I mentioned pegfilgrastim now has a novel delivery system where you put the patch on and you trigger it, and the next day it delivers the growth factor and you peel it off and throw it out, right? So that's a great method of competition. Not having to come back means that you're going to treat people because they're going to want to get that drug instead of the one they have to come back for. So there are a number of different ways that you can compete with the agents.
The financial impact of the development of biosimilars to the healthcare system is not yet completely clear. In the US, there have been two agents registered over the past years in supportive care, and the first biosimilar antibodies will come maybe this year or next year. And therefore, there's not that much experience. In Europe, it is much more experience over the past 10 years. If you consider biologics being a major part of the healthcare system, which was, for example, analyzed in the US, that in 2009, approximately 32% of the budget went into biologics of Medicare, and in 2014, which was at the time approximately $9.5 billion, and 9 years later, it was approximately double the amount in percentages of approximately $26 billion. You can see what an impact cheaper biologics might have on the entire system. Therefore, I consider the development of biosimilars a big chance for the healthcare system, because if the prices of biosimilars will be markedly lower than of the reference products, this should be seen by analyzing the healthcare costs in the different countries. If you look, for example, in Germany, we have now a market share of biosimilar filgrastim of approximately 75 to 80% of the prescriptions being done. And then look at the price range, which shows that the biosimilars are approximately 30% less cost intensive as a reference product. It should come up with a major reduction of costs due to biosimilars, and this money can then be spent for the development of new drugs and for more people being insured, for example, in the US.